Hi everyone. So we are moving ahead with our next chapter for the day, which is by Indore chapter on boost productivity in your everyday life by Sumit Sharma. He is a senior tech lead at Persistent Systems. Just before we move ahead with the chapter, let me quickly thank our founding sponsor, Innovation Roots. It is a leading consulting and training service provider, helping organizations to achieve business agility and beyond. It is one of the leaders and pioneers of niche publishing services and is well known for content collaboration with global thought leaders, authors, and creators. For more information, you may refer our website www.innovationroots.com. I would also like to thank our sponsor, Gile. Gile is a product offering from Tata Consultancy Service Limited. It is a purely cloud-based enterprise agile planning tool along with DevOps capabilities. Enterprises can use Gile to adopt agile practices or scale across multiple Scrum and Kanban teams using enterprise scaling frameworks such as SAFe, Disciplined Agile, LESS, and more. You can try out Gile for free up to 20 users for 30 days by signing up at gile.io or reach out to us for exclusive product demos or any inquiries. Check out our Agile page on Agile Network India website, and also the link is posted on the chat box. Quick do's and don'ts for all our participants. Request you everyone to join 5 minutes before the session. Use high quality speakers or headphones for better sound quality. I would highly recommend you all to keep your microphones muted and videos disabled as this may cause disturbance and bandwidth issues. Questions will be taken via chat box. Please enter the questions in the chat box at any point of the time during the session. And at the end of the session, our facilitator or moderator will help and read out few questions to the speaker as per the time availability. Request you all to fill in the feedback form after the event to help us understand more about the event management. We appreciate your cooperation, and with no further delay, let me call upon Sumit Sharma, who would be delivering this session talk on boosting productivity. Over to you, Sumit.
Yeah. Hello everyone. Good afternoon. So here I am. Today we are going to discuss regarding the time management, how we can boost up our productivity in everyday time. So before that, I would like to introduce myself that I am Sumit Sharma, a certified product owner and a Scrum Master with a little bit of experience in IT, just a 14 year of experience, and I have two cute kids. One is 6 months and another one is 6 year old with my wife Prachi Sharma. I have worked across all the cycle of IT, means since requirement gathering till the delivery, means most of the part I have worked on it, and I love reading books and love to play TT along with my friends. Today I'm going to represent a quick learnings which I have learned since last 14 years, that how we can boost up our productivity. So what practically we are going to learn means, every one of us has faced that we have too much of work, less time. When we can, what we can do, what we cannot do, these questions always come into our mind. Okay, so to learn these things, nowadays we are working from home, there is too much of work. We have to learn that how we can manage the work and the life using the different techniques which are already available, but how we can utilize it. What are the core things which can help us to be a better time manager? Because if we can manage our time, we can manage everything, right? So I have learned the crux of the things that what Robin S. Sharma has told, that productivity is the less about what we do with your time and more about how you can run your mind. Means we have seen in our home as well as in our office that the person who is doing too much of work is not so important, but how we do is really an important task. So we are going to learn these things, that how we can be a smart worker and utilize it in our everyday life. So if we see, this is the things circle, which is followed by the world top companies like Apple and other things, that whenever we are going to do any task, just we can remember it, means it this is the thing which I have learned and benefited me a most, that whenever we are going to perform any task, there are the three things. One is why we are doing it, second is how we can do it, and third, what are the things which needs to be done, right? So if we will go, if for any task, whenever any task come to our mind, we have to think that why we are doing this task, what is the purpose of it, do we really need to do it? If yes, then how we can do it, right? What are the different ways how uniquely I can do it? Let's say we in the morning, whenever I came to the office, we get lots of lists. Later on we are going to learn it, that how we can manage step by step, that these are the things which we can do in this available time, and what other things I can allocate or means do it with the other people can do it, right? So for a task we have to learn this golden rule, that why we are going to do this, right? The inspiration which is attracting me towards this task. Let's say an example, whenever I come and I have to present this presentation, then why I am doing this? Because whatever the learning I have it, I would like to share with you all, and we all can benefit at it, and in other session I can also learn from all of you. Now how I can do it, right? So how then, with the help of this presentation and with this great platform, we can perform this task. Later come the content. Next thing we have to think about task, that what we are going to do it, what is the content which should represent, and how uniquely I can come out of it. So these are the three things I think if we can remember, then it is going to help throughout our life. Without starting any task, just one thing, we have to start with why, second how, and third is what. It is the golden rule which will help all of us to do any task smartly. These are the things, if we will teach our kids as well, it is going to definitely help, because these are the crux of all product based companies, and the top companies like the other ones like the Microsoft and the Apple are also following some of these techniques. So when we follow this kind of thing and learn things, when we change our thoughts, try to organize it one by way, we have to learn that what are these benefits, why we are going to do this. Not because of I am saying it, but you are going to get the benefit, like it will increase their effectiveness, like it can be a more we will be our day will be in more control way. We can effectively manage our life and live our life more happily, if you will have your time for your kids, for our work, and we can smartly do, okay, these are the important things which I can do in particular time, and these things I should avoid. So we will learn that in the next thing. Second thing, second benefit what we will get, that it will improve our performance in a team. Let's say two persons are working, right? Both of them having a same task, same amount of time, and only the way how we are going to manage it will be a different. So who once we will start learning it and implementing it, it is going to improve our performance as well, right? A third benefit we will get, it will help us for a personal development as well. It will be an additional skill which may not be in other person, or if it will be in other person, we can do combinedly a great task as well. Last benefit what we can say, which I have learned from my experience, is the increased responsibility. The person whoever is doing the important and the urgent task on time and giving the better delivery in office, as well as whatever, let's say something, let's take an example. If your kids is not well, and means there is a meeting along with parallelly going on in your office, and someone else in your team can manage that task, right? But if your kids is not well, he needs urgent attention from the doctor, then if we know that in this particular 30 minutes what priority I have to give, and later on I can manage it, I can share this responsibility with some of my teammates, then both of the tasks can be run in a better way, isn't it? So if we try to manage each and everything from our end, we will do so much of hard work, then it is not going to benefit for us. So it will increase our responsibilities as well, what we have to be responsible at which time, this that thing we will learn it. So the next best thing which we learned from the Steve Jobs, that your time is limited, so don't waste the living someone else life. Because let's say if you will not plan our day, let's say if we wake up in the morning and we are not going to, we don't know, we'll just open our laptop whenever the office time, our manager will assign some task to you, and or some colleagues task you have to do it, right? But if you know your task, if you will plan your day, not only in office but also if you will plan your day in your personal life, then it is going, you can manage time according to your life. You can live your own life. Okay, I can perform this 6 hours to my office, the rest of the 3 hours or 2 hours I can do it for myself. 1 hour is for me, my readings, 1 hour is for my child, and something else. So until or unless we are not going to utilize our time smartly for ourselves, someone else is going to leave, assign the task, or you are going to live someone else's life. Someone else is going to plan the day for you. So this is the key learning from the Steve Jobs. We can take it from them. Next thing, let's say we are talking too much about scheduling, working, doing things on time. What are the things we remember? We need to remember. So how we can do that? Isn't it the question? So how we can do that? We can do these things using the creating and sticking it to particular schedule. Whenever you start your day, you have to create a schedule. Okay, when I wake up, these are the things I needs to be done. These are the priorities, and I will do at particular amount of time. So first thing we have to do it, we have to create a schedule. Second thing, as we are working from home, and we have to manage the balance in between our offices as well as our personal work. So we have to share the schedule with our family. Third thing, whenever we are going to schedule, is just prioritize is first is this, second is low priority, and third one we can manage it. Fourth one, allocate the enough time to each task. So keep remember, whenever we are going to do any task, let's say it is going to take 30 minutes or 1 hour. Let's say an example, whenever I start my day, I allocate a 15 minute to scheduling my task, because unless or until I will not schedule it using the enough time, it is going to mesh up my whole days. It is going to lose my 24 hours. So give enough time for each task. The another learning is identify the time killers and keep them away. We all have learned from the things that whenever we are working from home, sometime we spend some time using the WhatsApp, other social medias. Sometime whenever it is not required, but we are spending some more time in the other things, distractions like some TV and something else. So is it going to give some productivity, or it is going to boost something? No. So we have to learn it, that what are the time killers, and we have to avoid these things. So whenever we have to focus on task, we have to focus on it. The time, whenever the time for the enjoyment come, let's say after 5:30 or 6 o'clock, we have to start focusing on that enjoyment with our family or whatever it is. So try to learn to identify the time killer and try to avoid them. The last thing which we can learn from the schedule, which I have done it like this, the notepad has shared, that use the appropriate tools. Let's say either some Google Meetups, we can use it. For my office work, I used to create the Outlook calendars. I used to create the some time slot, used to save some time slot and create some reminders. So we have to use the appropriate tools for doing this, creating schedule and sticking to it. Now let's say example, which one of the example which I used to do in my home whenever I'm working from home. I used to create a virtual task schedule. We have to virtually, first of all, we have to think that what are the things came into my mind. I write it down to the sticky notes and paste it on my board. So whatever the task I'm going to perform, using some of the techniques, we can create a like plan like this, which is to-do list, in progress, and completed. So whenever I end up my day, I know, okay, these are the things which I have to perform. These are the in progress, and whenever I complete it, these are the things. So definition of done will be defined using that. So we will not skip, or we will not lose any of the task from our plate. It may be your office task, or it can be your personal, because right now most of the people are working from home, so you can utilize these things at your home as well. Now it's a whenever we talk about that, how to schedule is how to prioritize it. So we can use this matrix, and shower matrix, which will help us to schedule, to prioritize the things. So let's say an example, that something came urgent, as I told, that I have to attend some clients meeting, and everything else, whatever the task is coming to me, whatever the schedule is, I have to avoid all these things and have to attend that client meeting, because it's a high level escalation meeting. So what I do, I calculate this, or I do the analysis. Is it the urgent thing? Is it the important? If yes, then do it right now. We have to manage other thing. Next, if it is important but not so urgent, okay, I have to take care of my health, I have to do some meditation, I have to do some exercise, so we can schedule it for later, means at the time of lunch, after you're doing your work, or before starting your next day. So if it is important but not urgent, we don't have to do it right now, so we can schedule it. I hope you are getting it, and it will help all of us to schedule a task in a better way. Third, something is urgent, but it is not important for us. Let's say we are doing some task, and something came that okay, these are the some coding defects, or let's say if some urgent issue came into our product or software, and it has to be resolved. It's an urgent, but you are not the right person to do it. It is not important for you, but it's an urgent. So what you can do, you can delegate the task to an appropriate person, so the task will get completed on time. It's your responsibility, but overall it will get delivered with a appropriate person, so we can delegate that task. Also, let's say if you have means in your house something else came, means some guests are going to come, as well as you have some office meetings as well. So to attending the guest is not so urgent, so you can allocate the task to your spouse as well. So whatever you can, how, whatever the way it is, if it is you feel that it's urgent but not so important, so you can delegate it. Third thing is delegating. We have to learn these things by the time, and it will come whenever we read it, whenever we try to practice it, it will come into our nature, and I have realized that it happens, it will help. And last thing came when something is not important as well as not urgent. You have to watch movies, you have to check your Facebook, you have to do the WhatsApp. So if you have done all of your tasks from the uh, column one, second, and third, all of the things are completed, then you have to do. Otherwise, please avoid these things, because these are the time killers. These are not going to help you for your productivity. So in spare of the time, or if not required, you can avoid them as well. So these are the some example for the means for the fourth quadrant we discussed about it. Something is urgent and important, then do first. For example, the crisis and the problem we discuss about, if something came as urgently and we have to do it, like your child get hurted, and you're meeting with your manager, so or some fixing of gas leak, so it is urgent and important as well. You have to do it on the spot. There is no other option is there. Second thing came what we can schedule it. So we all have to remember that something which is ongoing projects, like and hiring a new employee are the example of it. Let's say we have to book an appointment with dentist, with which I heard means I have taken this example from recent my last week. Means I have to do an appointment, fix an appointment for my parents. So I have scheduled it accordingly. We can do it on Saturday as well, right? On Friday as well, until or unless it is not urgent. So we have to learn these things so that it will help us to manage a life in between work and life balance, as well as to boost our productivity. Third thing, something which is not so important, means and delegate this if you can do it. For the unimportant meeting, some of the phone calls, unnecessarily interruption, or the low priority emails, you can ask someone who else can help you out in this, because it is not so important for you. Someone else can deliver it. And the last, what we have already discussed, that do the last but do not all the things, like the reading Facebook feeds, watching TV, or some other time wasters. So try to avoid these things. The top 1% of people spend the most less time on this fourth column, quadrant, we can say that, which is not important, not so urgent. Now, let's say a huge task came. One of the time management technique, means it is so simple to see, so easy to read, but it is hard to implement it, which I felt in my complete career. That let's say if we are going to have some meeting with our account manager, and some big task or something has come that we have to finish this particular amount of task within a 2 weeks. independent of how many resources you have, what are the skill set you have, and something big means a big elephant came into your plate. So what we should do, that we have to try to break it down into the small pieces. Let's say whenever means you can see just in this picture that whenever a big pizza will come, what you do, just divide it or splice it into the small pieces, and every one of us just start eating it and enjoying it. The same way we have to do it. Whenever the bigger task came, try to break it into small pieces and convert it into the one small doable task. Whenever we do it in such a way, we will break it down into the small pieces or small task. We can do that small task, right, at least in the available amount of time. So we have to plan it accordingly. The smaller you can make your task, the less daunting they seems. You can, it seems to be, or it is feasible to do that, right? So it will help us whenever the big task came. We have to learn it a piece, convert it into the smaller pieces, then try to manage it how we can do it. And small pieces means a small chunk of task which is doable, which is deliverable. We can convert into this thing. So this thing we have to always learn. Otherwise, whenever you are going to manage with the big things, convert it into the small things which are the doable. These are going to help to manage our productivity. Now, other than that, whenever we are learning, implementing, and doing these things, our mind has to be cooled down, right? We have to be a peaceful, we have to be a less stress, and every mistake we don't have to do it. We can learn it from our leaders. So the top four things which I have learned, which we can implement it or we can utilize it from the other, from the environment which is already available. First thing is get comfortable. Means whatever the cloth you wear when you start your day, or whatever the position you like which will help you to do in a better task, you will not realize that the 61% of employee are more productive when their dress code is relaxed. So it's not about only the dress code. You have to keep in mind that whatever is going to feel you comfortable while doing your planned task, do it accordingly. First get yourself comfortable, then start your task. Second thing, how much urgent it is, how much important it is, independent of that, you have to keep our stress level low. Because whenever we are less stressed, we can better manage our tasks, we can give a better quality of product delivery. And it is been proven that how we can release our stress, how we can get it down. So laughter increases the blood flow by 22%, and stress decreases the blood flow by 35%. So these are the helpers. Means whenever you are doing some task, let's say since last 45-50 minutes you are doing some important task, so a little bit of laughter or a little bit of cooling us down will help you to boost your productivity. In an hour, just take a small breaks of the 5 minutes or 7 minutes in an hour. So it will help you to lower down your stress level as well. Now, next thing, let's say we are working in an environment where some of the people are like 25-30 year of experience, some are 5-6 years, and some are the 2 years. So whatever the learnings, whatever the mistakes the above other people have already done, do we need to repeat it? Do we have to do all the things from our end? No, definitely we don't have to. We can learn the best things, the crux from them, and we can on top of that implement our learnings as well. So following your leaders means we don't have to blindly follow our leaders, right? So whatever the culture, 80% of the work culture or the life culture came from our leadership or our seniors. So we can learn the crux from them, add something our flavor, whatever, how the way we would like to implement it, and then accordingly we can follow our learnings and avoid these mistakes in the future. So it will help us. Fourth thing, see some greenery. It looks like a so simple way. Why he is talking about greenery and all? We are talking about booster productivity, but no, it has been identified and found from the researchers that if you see some greenery, it will improve your productivity, your creativity. And whenever, if either in your morning walk or in your workplace, you can put some green plants or something else, it will help to improve your productivity and other things with the 5 to 10% of your productivity. So it will be a good helpful for all of us. I think again I am repeating, first is getting comfortable, cool your down, do not take too much of a stress. Third thing, avoid doing the same mistake, try to learn from your leaders or from whatever the learnings they have. Third thing, try to keep whatever the greener environment you have, it will help all of us. Let's move to the next. Yeah, so when we talk about productivity, when we talk about the other things, how we can utilize better time, we have to keep remember it is not at all responsible, not at all possible without being an accountable for that, right? Either let's take in terms of in our home, whenever either it's teaching our kids, taking care of our family, taking care of your parents or your office work, until or unless we will not take the accountability of our task, we are not going to manage the time in a better way, we are not boost our productivity in our daily life. So we have to learn, we have to also help our child to learn that how we can be accountable. So these are the few steps which I have noted it down and I have learned from the different resources that we can utilize it. That create a personal mission statement that in life or in a day, what I would like to do. Second thing, set a small micro goals. Okay, in this time I would like to do this. If I will complete my day, my this amount of office work should get completed till 5 o'clock. I should spend at least an hour with my family, with my kids and my wife and my parents. So set a small micro goals. Third thing, use list wisely. Whenever we thought, it's not should not be in only our mind, but it has to be noted down. A I have remember a statement from a good and a most successful CEO that a plan is not a plan unless or until it is written. So make sure that we have created a list, we have noted it down somewhere wisely. So it, and another point, make yourself accountable whenever we think, okay, I have to do this, it's my accountability for this particular task, whatever it is, means what we would like to do, and we think it's an accountability, take the complete accountability till the delivery and reward yourself. Let's say I have taken an accountability that I should teach a new word every day to my kid, then I have to reward myself. That how I can reward myself, okay, I can have a cup of tea with my kid and I can go walk with my wife or something else. Reward yourself whenever you complete your task. So it's a boosting point for you, and it will help you to keep these practices for long time. Next thing, when we talk about multitasking, parallel tasking, and all these things, in practical, whatever the research has been done, whatever the people have managed a better thing, who the great learners or the people who are the great in time management have taught us, it is not at all possible to do a two parallel tasks. We have to do one task at a time. So focus, do the deep working, and at a one time we have to do only one task, complete it, and then switch on to the another task. It will always help us to give the productivity, boost our productivity. Third thing, we have to value our time. Now how we can value our time? So let's take an example that I am doing some my office work and some of my friend came, okay, let's have a coffee. Coffee is not bad thing, or to having a spend some time with my colleague is not bad, but what time I am doing at this time, how I have scheduled this time. So at least I have to complete that piece of chunk. After completing it, I can take a small break and have a coffee and come back and focus on my other tasks. So always value your time. If you are not going to value your time, no one else will be. Fine. The next thing is see the look for the feedback. Always means, let's say I'm giving a session over here, some good things I have done it, some bad, but I will not come to know until or unless you will not give feedback, or if I will not seek for the feedback. So either it's your family or it's your office, either it's your wife or your manager. Always at the end of your task or after in between some intervals like a month or 15 days, try to seek for some feedback, take the feedback from them. It will help us to improve next time in the best productivity. And some people came into depression after some certain challenges and bad times as well. So what we have to do, we have to emphasize on our strength, improve on our weakness. Focus on your strength. Okay, this is my strong point. I can do this thing better. Rest of the time, whatever my weakness, I will work on them and I will make those as my strengths. So try to do that. It will help us, and we can review it after ourselves, that what the good I have done it and what the bad things. We have to, at the end of the day, try to write in some diaries, which I used to do it, that these are the things which good I have done, these are the things which are learning for me, so we can review ourselves. So at the last, I would like to say it's a bonus tip for all the blah 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 thing I have told, that we have to retrospective with ourselves, reward ourselves. Until or unless I will not see my face, I will not see my personalities, it is not going to help. And that how I can manage it, means how I beautifully I can improve myself. So we have to take care of all these things, so that until or unless we will not retrospective ourselves, it is not going to help us. So this is the bonus tip. Keep in our mind, we have to retrospective, we have to improve it every day, every minute. And I will promise you, these techniques will help at least to improve at 5 to 10%, or maybe means whatever how we will implement it, it is going to help all of us. So with this, I would like to thanks all of you, and I hope it will be helpful for all of us.
Thank you, Sumit. That was wonderful, wonderful session.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, I'll help you to take down the questions. So, Sumit, there is one thing like we always fail to be productive in day-to-day life. So,
Mhm.
what's the one thing you feel like we can do it? Like one thing, like a tip, if you want to give to us.
So the one most important thing is always try to plan your day or a time ahead of your action. Means let's say you are going to start your day next day, whatever the plan it is, try to make your plan in a day before, in a day before night. Means let's say I have to do lots of things, 15 tasks, then I have to plan it. I have to note it down and prioritize it. So until or unless we are not going to write it down, it is not going to help all of us. So it's an
Hmm.
important thing, and I've learned it from means my CEO, and it's a really a helpful test. We have to note it down and prioritize it.
Sure, sure, Sumit. That's great. And like, I want to know the challenge which you have faced while being productive.
Yeah, so the basic thing is that when I was working in some support task, and it was a difficult time. Usually I have worked on most of the years in the delivery based task. So the challenge in managing the time is that normally we always try to keep everything on priority. We would like to deliver ourselves everything. We do not delegate anything. So the metrics, the golden metrics which I have shared, we have to learn from these things. Means which is the high priority task, either it's urgent and important, so we have to do it. If it's not urgent, then we can plan it for later on. So we have to keep it in our mind, and it will not come in a day or two. By practice we can implement it.
Sure, that's great. And I think we have questions from the audience. So yeah, we have question from Srijit. Uh, how one can make this a habit rather than 1 week, 2 week change?
Yeah, so the best thing which I have implemented as well, try to keep your two plans. One is the long term plan, second is the short term plan. In long term plan, what in your life, what you would like to do it. In short term plan, how we can implement it every day. At the end of the day, just spend 5 minutes at your night, that okay, for this my long term plan, I have do these short things, and tomorrow I will improve in these things. So just spending a 10 minutes in a night, it will help you to keep it for the long term, and it has helped me, really helped me for my long term goals as well.
That's great, great. And we have one more question from Prashant. You must have applied these techniques with your team. Which one helped your team most?
Yeah, so two things helped me the most. One is the board, agile board, which I have shared. What is my plan, what to do? Second, what is in progress and the done task with the whiteboard, which I have shared. One is which helped me. Second is to use the Outlook for your meetings. Means it is not only for the others meeting. 90% of the time, what happen? Other book a slot for the meetings for us. We have to plan our day and create a slot or some meetings for us that I am going to perform this task just as a reminder of the task. So Outlook, utilizing the Outlook calendar for means official work and utilizing the agile board for mixed work and home productivity. So it will help. These two tools help me a lot. There are the other tools as well.
That's great. And yeah, we have one more question from
Mhm.
Priyanka Shah. What are some of the best apps you would like to suggest to visualize tasks and plan properly?
So these are the two things which I already shared. Means which I used it. If you required later on, I can share. Means I can work on it and also share it with you. One is the means Outlook calendar. Second is the also Google Calendar I use for my personal. Means I used to wake up early 5 o'clock every day, so I use Google Calendar and for planning my day as well. For my personal plan, I use Google Calendar. For office, it's Outlook, and for mix of them, it's a Agile board which I used. Means I have shared whiteboard of Agile. So three things you can utilize it.
That's great.
These are
And
the usually available for all. Yeah.
yes, yes. We have one question from Prashant Gulwadi. Do people tend to focus more on items in their comfort zone first, regardless of urgency and importance?
Uh, I didn't get exactly what he would like to ask. Do the people tend to focus more on items in their comfort zone? First, regardless of their urgency and importance. Yeah, means if we are not going to plan it, if we are not going to prioritize it, people will, or not only people, means even any one of us who is not going to plan and prioritize the task, it happens. And if you will see some successful manager who is always have the times to help you, it is only because they have the set priority of time. So once we have to prioritize it, once we have to set what we have to do, what we have to delegate it, we can manage it in a better way. Yes, people
Yes,
do, but we have to improve on it day by day.
yes, that's great. And Nuruddin, he's asking to suggest some good books.
Yeah, so the some of the good books which I feel are good for learning for all of us is the 4 hour work week, means 4 hour a week. Second is which is going to define then how what is the new definition of rich. It is not about the money, it is how betterly you can utilize our time. Second book is Eat That Frog, which is also a good book which explains us about the 21 great ways to stop procrastinating our work. Third good book is One Minute Manager, which is awesome. And a small thing which we can change is a minute, and which will change your life. So One Minute Manager is one of the good book. So we can learn from these three books. One is 4 hour a week. Second is means Eat That Frog, and fourth one is One Minute Manager.
That's great. And yeah, so I would like to know that as we are in remote and we are working from home, so how you will keep yourself motivated to be productive in day-to-day life?
Yeah, so while working from home, it is a challenging task as well as it's an opportunity for all of us. If we can manage our day, if we can manage our work in a smartly, means in available amount of time, we can give a smart amount of time to our family. We can give a good amount of time to our task as well as we can enjoy our life. Means I used to walk every day in the morning. I can read at least 30 minutes a book in a day. So if we can plan it, if we learn how we can manage our time, everyone, you, me, and all the participants who are having a 24 hours, but we are it is an example, means all we are here to learn something, to share our knowledge. We are utilizing our time, so we have to, if we can plan it in a better way, definitely you can enjoy every moment, not only the work but also the life as well, so it will help.
Yes, yes, Sumit. And yeah, okay. Then also, I would like to know that like sometimes we may not follow the uh,
rules which we have set for us. So, and
Right.
also we feel demotivated by keeping not keeping that on track. So how we
Mhm.
will you will deal with that?
Yeah, so in that case means it happens with all of us that we are feeling depressed. There is lot of work and we are not performing well now. Not only in office, sometimes it happens in the our personal life as well. Means it happens. So in that time, we have to calm down ourselves. We have to focus on some good thing, whatever we have done it. We have to focus on our strength and try to, once we will focus on that, try to learn and come out of our weaknesses. I would like to share an example. uh, Before 14 years I've attended a session from a Shiv Kheda, author of book how to means how you can win, how to win. The people don't do different, but the way they do is different. The best example you can remember for your life, there was a martial art competition in between two girls. You will not believe, one girl is paralyzed from one leg and one hand, and she learned it for a year or two martial arts. She would like to compete or she would like to participate in that martial art, but trainer somehow didn't allow that. But she do lots of requests and all. When the competition get started, within 30 seconds, the girl who was paralyzed with one leg and one hand, she lifted her legs 180-degree, put it down her legs on her competitor, and get it down in a 30 second. So what we have to learn, it's not about the competition, it's not about the winning. It's all about we have to convert our weaknesses into our strength, and it is the more means biggest funda of our life.
Yes, that's great.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have one more question from Nuruddin. How to respond when we miss the critical deadline due to some reasons which is not in our control?
Right. So it is the good question and most practical question. I really appreciate this question. So first we have to cool it down, means peace our mind. Okay, whatever happen is happen. Means we cannot convert, we cannot change the past. But now, first, whatever is not done, we have to give some justifiable reason. These are the reasons, because of that I was not able to complete those tasks. Second thing, how much task is practically possible in the remaining amount of time. Okay, I have 10 more days, I have one more days, I can complete this amount of time, and take an accountability of your whatever failure it is, because next time you will learn from it. Until or unless we will not take accountability, it is going to be anything, means it will be a repetitive day for everyone. So try to do it accordingly.
Yes. So, and also I wanted to know that like we are working from home, and I think
Mhm.
there are many challenges within the team, and how you will keep your team members motivated to be productive.
Right. So whenever we are working for in an every hours, just take a 5 to 7 minutes of break every time. Not only work yourself, might be you can be a technically expert or you can be an expert in your management as well, but try to be interactive, at least keep a meeting of 30 to 45 minutes with your colleagues. Try to collaborate with them, either tech helps or help them to do their task in a better way. Spend some means laughing moments with them, so that everyone will forget some amount of pressure with them and they can work better way. And don't try to force everyone, and just give them leverage, try to utilize their strength. It will be helpful for your team.
Yes,
So
yes.
this way I used to handle my team and get it motivated, and they are really happy with the way we are working, means using these techniques.
Sure, sure. That's great. And yeah, so we have 5 more minutes. If you
Mhm.
can share some examples or experience where you have been successfully implemented this productivity, like you have motivated people for
Yeah,
being
yeah.
productive.
Yes. Let's take an example from one of my colleague. We, as we have started the support project before 6 months, it was not our usual task. Means we have completed our project almost a 6 month back, and after that the support work came. In support projects, what's happened since 10 o'clock till means since 10 a.m. we started our work till 9 and night 10 p.m. We are every time we are working same repetitive task, same thing. We have every time we have to be available. if any escalation come, we have to respond within a means 30 minutes or 15 minutes or so. So it's a kind of means everyone get tired mentally and all those things. So I discuss peacefully. I observe that what things is going wrong. It's not good for either for health or from productivity as well. So what I have observed, from 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. we are just spending a 15 minute for our specific task. Rest of the time we are just means wasting either in conversation, some unused meeting and something else. So whatever the destructive task, I have eliminated them. The way I schedule the task for my team, just log in at 10 a.m., report them whatever is important till 10:15, take a break of 2 hours, enjoy your day. After 12 p.m., we can start our day again. So in this way, we have enough time for our family. We have delivered the work which is planned from 10 to 10:15. So if you can schedule it our time accordingly, let's say means either it's important or not. If you can schedule it later on, which we have already discussed, then it's not important to spend always 12 hours a day. So plan your day accordingly, otherwise someone else and going to plan your day. So plan your day as per your priorities.
Yeah, that's great, Sumit. I
Yeah,
think like I have my takeaway from you, that is we need to plan our day prior, so
right.
that we to
Yeah,
be more productive.
and
And
always
yeah,
take a notes for them. Yeah, means
yes, yes. I think it was a great session, Sumit. Thank you for sharing your
thanks a lot.
insights and examples with us.